final time this week. It is the final race of the season for Tier 4 in MRC. I am back once again. My voice has just about recovered from the absolute extraordinary end to the Tier 3 race we have already witnessed this evening. And, wow, do we have rain, or do we have rain? Unbelievable scenes in Jeddah. We have wet. Wow. We will come back to that in a second, but joining me this evening now is our very own James Aircaster. It is Connor. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh my god, there's rain.
To be fair,
there is a banshee crying.
there is somewhere. There's probably 20 drivers crying, but they're still out on the soft tyres, so it's not too wet. Looks like the Gecko's lining up some intermediate tyres on that one, but DRS still activated. We can see Kellogg on an outlap. He is using the DRS. Oh, that's just going to spice things up through qualifying. Is it going to stay? We don't know. Let's have a look. We will hopefully get some feedback and see if the race is dry or not. That will come to us shortly. Bergen's already commentating, so making some comments, so please join in yet again. He wanted rain in Tier 3. We've got it in Tier 4. Well, to be fair, I think that's Martin and I's fault. We did curse it a little bit and say, well, it was dry and it's normally Tier 4 that gets it a dry race. So just a little bit of the unseasonal wet weather that we are experiencing currently in Jeddah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of drivers rushing out to get their lap in.
Yeah, there is a few of them already. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 drivers still in the pit, but Kellogg's is going to be first on a flying lap. Had a bit of a difficult race in Tier 3 reserving, but is he going to make amends? He'll be pushing hard to make amends in this Tier 4 race. He gets a little bit twitchy out of turn 2, so it is very slippy conditions. Looks like the rain is easing already. Looks like a few tyre marks there, so a few drivers locking up in first braking zones. Well, let's see how we look. We've got quite a few. Let me quickly run you through in this early stage of qualifying the reserve drivers. There are a lot of reserves, and most of them are all first timers making their debuts this evening. We have got, first of all, is B2B Bam, or Bam Bam, we're going to call him. He is out in the Aston Martin. We have got Fat and Furious. That's a spin-off that didn't sell. Who's out on track. We have got, let's have a quick look further down. We've got Donny Osborne. He was looking quite good, disqualified in qualifying, had a good opening part of the T3 race, and unfortunately didn't finish. We have also got Baker Boyd.
Yeah.
I don't know where I can go with that one. Who else have we got there? We've got the Rangers man himself. We've got the Rangers, who's lost a front wing already in the Ferrari. He's making his debut. Who else have we got?
Dave, I believe.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, apologies. We have also got Dave in the Mercedes. Runs very, very deep there. But Dave as well. So quite a few reserve drivers all making their debuts this evening. So best of luck to them, hopefully. And Donny Osmond sets a 1:37 opening lap time. But he's pleased to just actually get a lap under his belt.
I'd be interested to know how this first sector feels in the wet.
Terrible, probably. I would imagine.
It doesn't feel great in the dry, so imagine, that would be horrible.
Oh, it will. It certainly will. So look, Kellogg invalidated his lap, but he is on a fast lap now and invalidated yet again, unfortunately. Let's have a look with Davey B, who sets lap time 1:42. Backmizo 1:37.9. So I think that kind of shows how slippy it is out there for the opening laps that are coming in. We've got Bam Bam. Oh, he's got a tank snapper in the Aston. Well saved. Very well saved. Oof, that could have been...
that was close.
Oof.
My heart got going from then.
There was a little bit there. Let's have a look at Fat and Furious.
That name is going to catch me off guard so many times. Fat and Furious.
Yeah. And it's gone with a very distinct black helmet, matte black. It's gone a little bit white. Wow, he has gone full black.
Ooh, that's a while since helmet chat, like that.
Yeah, it's one of those that if that was like a helmet of the day, I would probably give it that because it's just we normally see a lot of different colours, a lot of different designs, but never see matte black. So
yeah, it's kind of straight to the point, isn't it? Like it's there, you got that, and it goes well with that car.
It does. So Donny Osmond goes quicker again on his second lap. 1:36.7.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who we got. Yeah, dear Don. It was Martin. Martin gets credit for that. Mindful goes second at 37.1. On board with Hatton Fields, just a purple middle sector. So the man's on a mission. Mr. Vin Diesel himself is joining us. Yeah, I think it's Vin Diesel. We've all seen the memes of should we say? I don't know. I like the Fast and Furious films, so I'm a big fan. So I would say a larger than life Vin Diesel. Between takes, shall we say? Oh, he goes very deep and hits the wall out the last corner. Has the man got damaged? Is he going to finish his lap or is he going to decide to bail? He does decide to finish it regardless, and that pops him in with a 1:43.1. You'd have to say, a good 3 seconds probably will have gone from there, so that would have put him up in the close to Bam Bam. On that lap, let's have a look. Paulo Costa, our Portuguese McLaren man. He is nice to see him racing with us. He's invalidated his lap, but he's going to go again. I think it might have been his out lap he invalidated. Let's have a look. Sometimes
Kellogg is a brave man. Like, not coming out of the pits yet. He's a
I think he's done a lap. He has done a lap, and then he's obviously pitted, invalidated.
I'd be out there straight away if it was me personally, but...
Yeah, as our very own Mr. Jenkins has done a 1:37.753, 4,000ths of a lap quicker than his teammate in the Rangers F1 mobile.
Don't call it that, I'll cry.
Well, well, you were going to say it, so I thought I'd get there quickly.
I always say it, so yeah, it's predictable for me. Gav knows what to expect when it's me saying it.
Yeah, true. Kellogg's looking to do a medium tyre run, but the rain has now... Oh no, it hasn't stopped. I thought it stopped, so it's just drizzling lightly. But that little bit of rain, it's going to put the drivers on edge a little bit. There's a Red Bull ahead of Paulo Costa. Red Bull finally gets out the way, may have put him off a little bit into there. It's a little bit wider than a lot of drivers do take.
He gets so close to the wall there, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he?
Wow. He's a brave man.
You know, I took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say that. Yeah, very, very much so. But yeah, Kellogg's going out on the medium tyres, trying to get a few laps. Already 8 minutes gone of this session. I tell you what, he's a brave man as well, Paulo Costa, of taking that curve. We saw it was Kellogg's himself hit the wall there in qualifying.
It's good to see drivers with confidence, though, willing to push their car to the limit.
Oh, especially in these what could be described as very tricky conditions. Rain lights are flashing. So it is waiting for the rain lap as Williams dives at the pits, but what can Paulo do? He goes 7th with that, so we've missed out on the lap data. Apologies. Back up on that.
It's very close in general between the top, 9-ish.
Yeah.
Minus the actual leader, you've got a fairly close gap between the rest of them, so be interesting to see who can bring the best out of their lap times here.
We do. We will go on with Bakeroyd, or Mary Berry as we're going to call him.
Berry.
Well, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So we're going with him in the other McLaren. I like his helmet, actually. I like that. It's a good design.
Yeah, that is a nice one.
Yeah. Oh, Gab said it is squeaky bum time in Sector 1, so you did say what's it going to be like, and we said terrible, and that is confirmed. Sector 1, not fun for the drivers, trying to scramble around for the grip. Luke Shard out on track, and the Rangers man in the pits, Notorious Kieran, is also in the pits with our own Vin Diesel. Johnny Bravo, Backmeso in the pits as well after their first runners. E17 at 36.5, good lap, pops on provisional pole position. Really good lap from him, and again, Martin mentioned this, that he did his fast lap on the third lap of the soft tyres, and a few drivers doing the second lap as well, and seem to be going a lot quicker.
I think in these wet conditions, maybe the warm-up comes as the laps go on.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. Yeah, just take the initial shine off them. I don't know if that's my
science brain being an idiot or not, but that's just how I've imagined it.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Back, Mayberry goes 10th with that lap on a 37.9. They're queuing up in the high 137s from TJ from 5th, 10th, half a second separates them all. Let's have a look who's on a fast lap. Kellogg on the medium tyres. Let's see how he's getting. Oh, he's invalidated. Unfortunately, those mediums are going to be difficult to get any grip. Let's have a look with Luke Shard. See how he's getting on.
He seems to be going okay from what I've seen so far.
Yes, coming out of the last corner, getting the power down. A bit of a slower lap for him. He's decided to bail on that one. Did invalidate.
He invalidated, yeah.
So who have we got on a lap? Let's have a look with Davey B. Invalidated, unfortunately, as I go to him. I'm going to just look at drivers in the pits. I think we've gone on board with 3 who've invalidated the lap, unfortunately. Let's have a look. Who's on an out lap? Batman's on that lap, but also is Mindful Wasp.
Yeah, he is. Mindful Wasp seems to have very, very good pace this season for sure.
He does, yes. Actually, Gav's given us a bit of an insight. This is interesting. Ooh. So Mindful must be running quite a high downforce because he's quickest in Sector 1. Donny Osman is quickest in Sector 2, and E17 in Sector 3. So that is interesting. Shows the different traction, shows the different wing levels as well. And I think that's the difficult thing with this track. Do you go higher for turns like this? Oh, there we go. Mary Perry, 35-1. It looks like it's stopped raining. The track is going to dry very quickly, and now we're going to see rapid progression in the last 6 minutes. You'd expect drivers to be rushing out of the pits. We can see Gav Jenkins, the Braveheart Banshee, is putting some holes. Manford goes very, very deep there, but does he get good traction to start his fast lap? We'll keep on board with him at the moment. But yeah, a few drivers now putting on the fresh set of soft tyres and ready to go again. Final 6 minutes of last time this season.
I think this is going to be whoever crosses the line last could well take this.
Yeah, good point as well. And it's how far do you push? There we are. Now we're into the 134s. Bam Bam goes into the 134s and smashes the lap in. 34.987 goes provisional pole by just under 0.2 of a second. And this is exactly what you said. That's 3 laps on those soft tyres.
Oh, Batmezo's bit. Oh, there was then a huge crash in the middle sector between Batmezo and I think it's Necromancer.
Oh, that's unlucky. Yeah. Look at that. Kellogg 35-0 on the medium tyres. It's now stopped raining, and now you're saying about the getting the power down, getting the warm-up on those tyres, that all-important warm-up. Manfield's maybe been off-put by his teammate a little bit, which I think is Necromancer. Hopefully it won't hold him up, and we'll see that he's on a fast lap and let him go through without giving him a nice little bit of tow. Backmezo now 34-0 for Backmezo. Now the times are tumbling, folks. Now it's going to be lap times thick and fast. A lot of drivers on their out laps. Is Mindful being held up slightly and off-put by his teammate? Oh, this is where the slipstream is going to be vital. And is he going to get the braking right into the last turn? You see, he has invalidated, so is he going to go again and try to push, or is he going to decide to bail on it? He's not. He's going to go again, but his teammate is as well, but he's got a good run on him. Is he going to try and overtake him? He is. His teammate, yeah, backed off a little bit, so that's good. Mindful driving. Let's have a look who is also on a lap. Let's have a look at Davey. Oh, it's Davey B, sorry. Apologies to Necromancer, he's the wrong team. It was Davey B that is on there. There we go, 30. Wow. 4 lap old soft tyres. He's now in the 32s.
They're not going to
wow, that's track evolution for you.
They won't be the best to start on. That's the issue.
That is the issue. But if
wow, Kellogg's good lap.
Yeah, 33.6 as well. Mediums, that's a good lap from there. So that's Mr. Banshee getting out of the way for the fast running Mercedes drivers. Let's have a look at his teammate, Mr. Rob Smith. Championship standings very, very close between these two. There is 5 points separating them. Look at that. They're actually level on points.
Yeah, they are.
Level on points. So this is a battle for teammate status going into the last round. They are actually quite close as well to finishing 4th, well, even 3rd in the championship. Should Mindful and, well, Roundy as well, who is not in tonight. So his 3rd for Roundy could be at risk if Mindful, Rob Smith and Night Shadow have a good race between them.
Is Constructor sorted in this tier?
Let's have a quick look. Look at that. Now we're in the 30s for Man for War. Speak of the devil. Yeah, Constructors is set up for the top 2. Alpine do take the Constructors Championship. Haas in second, 55 points adrift. Then McLaren 26 points, but level on points with Red Bull. So Rob Smith does pop it in second. This is the dry track we were talking about. This is where it starts getting interesting. This is where the times start plummeting down. E17 to 30.4 now. Well, are we going to see them in the 129s? You would bet your bottom dollar on it, folks. So put your bets, put your money where your mouth is. And let's have a look as... nice shot takes a different line there. Runs a little bit wide, but is flat through that part. So how is he getting on? Is Mr. Banshee. He doesn't like it when we go on board. But Donny Osmond's gone second, just a 10th off E17. Let's have a look. Who's going to go again? We've got 2 minutes left, so if you're on the outlap, you're fine. If you're in the pit, you're going to struggle. You'll have to leave now or risk not getting through at all and getting a chance for your lap. But I think Davey B has done his times. Necromancer as well. Geki Matthew on an outlap, back me, so everyone else on a fast lap. But let's go. Last few corners, 25, 26, and then the all important 27 for Mr. Banshee.
He's 4.3 up.
This is going to be a good time. This will put him up in the top 10. But how's the traction out the last corner? Takes the wider line, but gets the power down. This is going to be great traction for him. DOS wide open.
Up on the mediums.
Oh, and there we go. He goes third, a 30.6. Wow, great lap from the Banshee. Purple last sector. He is going to be thrilled with that one. Who did you say that was a bit quicker?
Man for Wasp up on the mediums.
Kellogg here. He is 4 laps now on the medium tyres. Comes out the last corner. This could really put him in with a good shout, and especially to start on the mediums. 4 laps on them though. There he goes 9th with that one. Just ahead of Bam Bam. Let's have a look. So coming out the last corner is Backmees. Are currently in 12th spot. Yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2. They will soon clear for slow moving Alpine. Nothing to worry about there.
By the way, on those mediums, I've only just clocked that was up. Is that on mediums?
I don't know. I'm not 100%, but I know he's changed to the mediums. Maybe he's planning to go again. But
0 laps. Okay,
yeah, he didn't go out on them. So let's have a look. Backmees are set an early pace when the track started to dry. Oh, runs very wide. Didn't invalidate though, but it's going to put him off and jeopardise him. He had to back off through the end of sector 1, but he's still 9/10 of a second up. This could be a monster lap. Yeah, Manful's just gone for a lap, and then I'm not really sure why, because it's going to put life on his tyres. He would probably have wanted to start the race on if possible. A few drivers.
Lap here.
Sorry?
Geke, he's on a very good lap here, Geke Matthew. So
I think actually he is ahead of this Red Bull. Gecko, there he is. Yeah, 2.7 ahead. Coming into the last sector, goes a little bit deep, but that's absolutely fine. That's the power down. DRS wide open, trying to take a middle of the track line to not scrub much speed. Goes a little bit tighter than most. Mindful didn't see the time. That's why. Done it. Let's have a look. Geki Matthew coming out of the last corner. How much is he going to improve? Where's he going to go? His teammate is right behind him. Kellogg's has retired from the session. Not sure if that's on track. What has happened? Geki goes 11th. Where does Backmezo go? He goes 6th with that lap time. Immediately displaced by TJ on a 31.2. Who else on a fast lap? Is Gibbon. He's 1.3 up as well. Let's have a look. Is Bam Bam on a lap. He's going to bail on that one. But let's go with Gibbon coming into the last sector.
This Gibbon has a car ahead. Minute could be putting him on pole.
Oh, it could.
Just about. He's right on for pole at the minute.
Yeah, this is going to displace E17. Gets the drive out, DRS out. He's going to get a little bit of a slipstream. Is he going to go for it? Takes the shortest run to the line. Gets to the 130.3 and does it! He does it by just over 1/10 of a second. Takes pole position at the death. Great lap.
Yeah, man. That makes me happy to see my former teammate up there, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and at the death as well. Nice shot. He's improved to a 30.5 as well. Sorry we missed that, but that was absolutely great lap from him. So there we are, folks. Wow, right at the death. We've got a pole position from Gibbon. He is there.
But this is all that practice with the wheel he's been putting in.
It is. Certainly is. So there we are, folks. Gibbon takes pole position, and Alfa Romeo 1-2 front row lockout. I don't think we've seen that for a long time in any tier.
Yeah.
Nitro takes third. Donny Osmond, he takes fourth in the Ferrari. Manfred Wasp in fifth. Rob Smith, the other Alpine, in sixth. TJ Goodyear in seventh. Backmees in eighth. Bam Bam is in ninth. The Japanese flag, that'd be interesting. Ryan said actually he's done 6 laps on those soft tyres. That'll be interesting at the start of the race. Notorious Kieran is in 10th. Kellogg in 11th. Gicky Matthew, then Johnny Smooth, Luke Shard, Vin Diesel, Maryberry, Rangers, Danny, Davey Bravo, and then we have a little bit further down a few. Didn't see the rest of those, unfortunately. Now we've got dry race. No worries about the rain. This is good. I have a feeling I'm going to need something to calm me down after this. I just have another feeling we're going to have excitement throughout.
Have you got liquid with you so that you don't get a dry throat?
I have a bottle of very refrigerated water, so I'm good.
Well, that's good then. You're going to be fine. I'll scream. You just talk.
I'll try to keep up with the action. I just about kept up in tier 3.
I'll bring out my inner Banshee.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, as Martin said, I went up a few octaves. I think this week of MRC have really not done well for anybody with a dicky heart.
The Banshee says he's excited for this one.
Great stuff, and yeah, he's starting in a perfect position as well. Who have we got? Medium tyres. Actually, I'll tell you what, Paulo Costa's gone for a different one. He's gone for the hard compound tyres off the start. Yes. That's going to be interesting. I'll get it, Matthew. Johnny Smooth have had a little bit of coming together. Oh dear. They will end up on the grid. Get with the medium tyres. Kellogg's, of course, on the medium as well.
That could be a game changer, him being in the top 10 on those tyres.
It could, but of course he'll have a few laps on them, whereas the Gecko won't, but he won't have any tyre warm-up either. So that's going to be a bit different.
Yeah. I've noticed Gibbon is not messing around on this formation. That
he's not.
He absolutely floored it.
He did. He obviously got the heat in the tyres early and then decided now to back up the pack, which is fair. That's fair. There's no real gaps, which is good to see. Obviously we clamped down on that one in this season.
There's a bit of a gap between Bam Bam and Notorious, but I think that's been caught up now, so that looks okay. The field isn't too spread at all here. But I think Gab's going to be rubbing his hands into turn 1. Going to get a nice little slipstream and hope that he can pick up on some pieces.
It's going to be exciting for sure.
It is.
So Alfa Romeo front row lockout, struggling at the moment in constructors.
Yeah.
Do with a good haul of points. So could Alpha Tauri to take them off the bottom. 15 points difference. So it's going to be difficult, but we will have to wait and see. Surely there is going to be great action. Billy Angelo, so. T3 more of his level after T3 race. Billy Angelo. I don't think it was PSN.
Billy Angelo. I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure. Alpha down. Not sure where that is. But here we go. The last of the cars lining up on the grid. Necromancer, the last one to take his spot. There we are in the Haasmobile.
Oh, that's a new one.
But here we are, folks, for the last time. Tier 4 this season. We are ready for the lights. 3 lights lit, 4 lights, 5 laps, little bit of a pause, and we go racing, lights out. And Gibbon gets a good start, E17, with Nitro gets another good start as well. Is he going to have a look on the outside of the Alfa Romeo into turn 1? Oh, there's a little bit of contact, but oh, this car's spinning all over the place. We'll have to come back to that one. But we've got Donny Osmond challenging Night Shadow, nearly alongside with... let's have a look who's lost the wing. We're going to cut back really quickly. TJ Goodyear, he's had some damage. Necromancer is there in the heart. The Bam Bam is a bit further back. Fat and Furious has got his front wing as well. Who lost the front wing?
I think Bam Bam's lost an M plate.
Let's have a look on the Aston Martin.
No, actually, maybe I'm
No,
wrong.
he doesn't.
But
He doesn't. But look at this Night Shadow. It's going round. Wow, good move. He's had a moment. Gibbon must have had him up. He's lost 2 places to Mindful Wasp, and Night Shadow is going to be hunting down E17 for the lead. But Mindful Wasp, he's already had a bit of his getting his eye in tier 3. He's going to be ready and raring to go now, all over the back of the Haggis F1 team. And Donny Osmond's also had a go and got past Gibbon. Had a bit of a moment, knocked his confidence a little bit, but surely he'll get his focus back. He's got back Mizo for company, and the Red Bull goes a little bit wide. Sorry, say again?
Gibbon looks like he's struggling a lot for grip. I don't know if he's got a problem or something with his wing or something, but he's really struggling.
Certainly is. He is at the moment. He'll get his head down soon, but look at this. Top 3, very close. Mindful Wasp going a little bit deep into that. So again, Night Shadow just a little bit of breathing room for the Banshee. He is chasing down E17, who's going to be feeling the pressure and just praying he can get out of DRS, which is activated at the end of this lap, folks. Oh, I've walked very deep into turn 2, and he went to the back of the Alpine, who took it very nice and steady. Just the Constantino effect there. Dropped Donny Osmond a little bit. He's still got Gibbon just about in company with Backmiso. Roll Smith, this is the Alpine. Don't forget the Alpine fight for bragging rights, as Nitro goes a little bit wide. You can do that round there, but as well, you've got to be careful for track limits. But this is allowed. Mindful to get on the back. No DRS here. Is he going to have a move into the hairpin? He's alongside. It's who's going to be under brakes. Oh, runs Nitro out very wide with that one. Late braking. Is Nitro going to try to get back? He doesn't concede the place, but he will get DRS. Don't forget this lap. Them battling is allowing E17 to get away a little bit. Seems not dirty, yeah, for Shadows suffering just a little bit.
We've got Baker, Mary Berry absolutely hounding Johnny Smooth. He's going for a move in the middle sector.
Oh, side by side he does. He makes that move. Good move for Mary Berry. Bob Smith all over the back of the Red Bull. Oh, so Gibbon goes a little bit wide on that one, but now Night. He does, doesn't he? He does, unfortunately. Let's hope he can get it back on track in terms of his pace and get his head down and get that focus back. No, Mindful Wasp had a big moment. Big moment. No, he's had to bail on that one as he lost a front wing. He hasn't got damage, but he hit the wall. That's allowed Night Shadow to get through. He had to take avoiding action for the very slow move. Mercedes really caught him out. But that's allowed A17 to get away 1 point. Well, let's just get the back to reset. Yeah, 1.4, 1.3, 1.4 seconds is the gap outside of DRS range. They have dropped. Now Backmees on Gibbon. This is a 4-way fight already. We've got Backmees and Rob Smith, Gibbon and Mary Berry all together as Rob goes very deep through there. The yellow flag in sector 1 a little bit further back. That might be Bam Bam had a bit of an issue. Paulo Costa's a good mover on the hard compound tyres. He's up to 15th. Kellogg on the mediums, he's currently in 11th, hasn't moved. Backmizu went very wide at the edge of turn 1. DRS now activated in the short run into the hairpin. But look at this, is he going to make a move? Oh, Rob Smith put his nose in, and luckily no contact. That could have been disastrous. Oh, Rob Smith nearly again. He's got, CPs have really good grip at the minute and good pace. Rob Smith, he's trying everything to get past. It's a little bit, it was deep into that, and that's going to maybe allow Rob to give on side to get back, but Mary Berry all over the back, keeping him honest, not trying to put his nose in anywhere. Mindful Wasp has got back past Night Shadow, but again, E17 now 3 seconds that lead. But this is the battle we're going to be focusing for now, folks. I'm so glad I bought a drink. Rob Smith on a bit of a tug slap, and he's hit the wall. There surely will be damage to that Alpine. That's right on board. Where is the damage to it? I think there's an end plate missing on that Alpine. No, there isn't. He's got away with it. Got away with it. That's lucky. Mindful Wasp now has been passed by the Banshee under DRS into turn 1. But I tell you what, this little bit of squabbling has allowed Donny Osmond to catch up the gap now. Back means up Gibbon and Mary Berry.
Wing change for Rob.
He has, medium tyres. He could put 21 laps. Well, maybe a safety car late on will help him massively.
Sure.
But he could potentially take him. Bam Bam as well has gone into the pits. Let's get rid of these tyres so we can see more of the action. Oh, that was very deep fun. That means surely that'll be 2 warnings, very close quarters. But look at this battle. This is for second now. Donny Osmond has joined the back of this duo, squabbling and fighting. But Night Shadow is going to be, there we go, the first penalty for Dave B. At least we got 4 laps in. Did better than the tier 3 guys, sorry to say.
Yeah. What a great start to the race from E17 though.
Yeah.
A nice little gap and just controlling it.
Yeah, I think you may have had a moment because the gap was over 3 seconds and it's jumping up and down a little bit. We don't ever see it up and down, but this... Yeah, this is going to be... Night Shadow's going to... Banshee's going to be very, very vulnerable. Is he going to have a go into the last corner? Mindful, he does. He puts his nose in. No, that was a late-breaking move. Really outbroke himself, and he's gone round, no damage, and not too much damage to the car, and not too much damage probably to his pride. You'd have to say that was derelict, $1 short, and look at this. Mary Berry's had to go back Mizo, and is passed as well under the, well, quite early. I think back Mizo may have had a bit of a tank stopper as well coming out the last corner. This Mary Berry had the DRS to name it. So Nice Shadow 1 down. Now he's got Donny Osmond for company.
He hit the wall in the last corner as well, right behind the Mindful. I don't know if he got put off by the Mindful Gav contact, but he did. Oh, Gav's gone very wide!
He has gone wide.
But yeah, Donny Osmond, I don't think he's got damage, but I think he may have got put off by Mindful. But I don't know what happened to Gav there.
No, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the Ferrari. This again is just allowing E17 to disappear off into the distance. 3.7 the gap is now. Donny Osmond gets the penalty. Mindful Wasp's got one as well as TJ Goodyear. Rob Smith has had pit stops. Sorry, on pit stops there. There we are. And the Gecko is down there on the back of Necromancer, and Bam Bam after his stop is currently in 19. The Davy B, we've lost Davy B somewhere. Sorry. Yeah,
I was going to say, have we noticed that? But as Gav got damage, he seems to be struggling.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
Sort of damage here.
He doesn't look it.
Wide at every corner.
Yeah, maybe just pushing a little bit, overheat the tyres. He hasn't got anything that's visible. So he looks okay. Oh, he gets good traction though. Gets very, very good traction out the last corner. And I had to take a void out as the Ferrari as he got the power down. But there we are, DRS assisted overtake into turn 1. He'll get that move done. Donny Osmond not looking to give up, but has to in the end. And we go again. Next lap, I'm sure continue, but a few gaps opening up in the field. Some of the closest ones is this battle. Wow, there's a little bit of a train going on here as it's TJ Goodyear is making a move on Kellogg's soft against the mediums, but the mediums will be coming into the road now. Oh, as TJ gets a little bit squirrely out of that, but he's got an Alpha Tauri ahead of him. Used a lot of his ERS, unfortunately, so far. Pits, I think, with Dave. Right, that's unusual. Might have to be looking now. Gibbons got a penalty. We know he was struggling in these early stages after a great qualifying. Oh, a lot of drivers going wide through there at the end of the first sector. But TJ again, DRS assisted overtake, gets it done into the hairpin, and now we're chasing down the Rangers shot Ferrari, who's also in DRS zone of DRS Ranger, I should say, of Johnny Bravo and the other Williams.
Yeah.
Now there was only a tenth between Donny Osmond and Night Shadow, and it's gone to half a second. So there was a little bit of a moment from Donny Osmond, but look how much he's closing under DRS. Doesn't make the move into the last corner. Going to save it, and get DRS down the main straight. But Night Shadow,
chess.
It is. It certainly is. But he gets great traction, does Banshee, out of the last corner. Helps him a lot. Now, is he going to be close enough to... He's not actually close enough because of the... Oh, it runs very deep, though, into turn 1. He's going to be vulnerable. There's a little bit of a tap.
Oh, that was... Has he got damage? No,
I don't think there was damage with that one. I think he's got away with it. Sorry, flicked the wrong switch. And there we are, back to it. Yeah, I think he's okay. Kellogg's now gets a penalty. Penalties now starting to rack up. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. I'm not sure that is who is.
Kieran, I think.
It is. He's gone round and he's lost his front wing virtual safety car. And oh, look at that. There was a virtual safety car. Now he's backed off, did Mr. Banshee. And that has caused Donny Osmond to go into the back of him. due to the delta time, and a 5-second penalty is damage as well. Donovan's got damage to his end plate. It's missing on that Ferrari.
Oh no, that's not good. I think obviously Gab's had to slow, and he's just not expected maybe to slow that much or something. But
potentially, yeah, you could. I think you're right with that one. If this virtual lasts a decent amount of time, he will be able to pit. Hopefully, or he's going to have to. I think. Could take the mediums for the end of the race though, so that could be an option. Mindful, of course, isn't able to overtake yet while we're under virtual safety car conditions, so he has backed off. The gap was quite large, so he has had to back off to keep his delta in the green. And we're just going to see if Donny Osmond does indeed pit the virtual safety car.
The problem for Donny Osmond is he's going to have to serve that 5 seconds as well, isn't he now?
Of course he is, yes.
Wing change. So
you're right. You are right with that one. And Paulo Costa speeding. Oh, it's green. It's gone green, and Paulo has got a drive-through penalty. And that, to be fair, that green flag couldn't have happened at a worse time for Donny Osmond, because he had to struggle round with wing damage, and now as soon as he pits, he has got the service penalty, and under race conditions, and Paulo Costa takes advantage and goes early. Now 2 seconds a gap for Mindful up to the Banshee. 5.3 the difference between the top two. Let's see how that gap develops over the course of the next few laps. We saw Mindful and Banshee very close in terms of pace wise. So now we have got both Williams drivers close together as TJ gets a bit squirrely again. We've seen a lot of drivers do that outside of the end of sector 1. Kellogg's just dropped back a little bit through that one.
Sorry, just quickly, hard tyres for Donny Osmond.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at tyres. Yeah, you're right, he has. He's come out in 12th as well.
Yeah,
so
okay,
that could be interesting. That could be interesting because the gaps were open, but there weren't huge gaps. So he could definitely get quite a few places back and see how penalties go. Has he served that penalty? He has as well. So, okay, Kellogg's has got the drive-through. We missed that one. Kellogg's got the drive-through.
Oh, I didn't see that come up.
And, crucially, drama yet again. E7, well, it's disappeared. Okay, I'll take that because E17 had one as well. And he did get a drive-through penalty. E17 got a drive-through from that. That's allowed Banshee to take the lead. Wow, totally those drama. It just disappeared, but I didn't realise he'd actually pitted. Wow.
Yeah. So he's now the net leader of this race as well. Like, he just needs to keep it clean, and like Mindful's not. He seems to be increasing to Mindful currently as well.
It's been sat at 2 seconds for the last lap or so.
Yeah.
Now it's a strategy battle. Now it's who goes when and who blinks first. TJ gets a penalty, 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Oh, look at that. It seemed to be struggling for grip there from Johnny Bravo. Round the end of that first sector. Oh, you're struggling a little bit for grip. Now look, how's the Alpine man? The other Alpine going, the Constructors' Champions, of course, in Tier 4.
He's currently stuck behind Donny Osborne.
He is. He's just getting his tyres up to temperature. But he will have DRS. And of course, he's got now Paulo Costa for company as well. That gap's come down to 1.8, 1.9 seconds at the front. So it's hovering a little bit. No many big gains being made from Mindful at the moment. Gone back to 2 seconds as we speak. But this is the closest real battle on track. There is one TJ and Rangers F1. He is going for it as Kieran gets one as well. He gets a 3 second penalty.
I feel sorry sort of for Paulo Costa because that drive-through ruined his stint, and he was making real progress on them hard tyres as well.
He was doing really, really well. You're right with that. And he can still keep going a long way. And anything can happen, as we've already seen, as there Rob Smith makes the move under DRS. But it's now going to allow Donny Osmond to go. Now, a few drivers already pitting. So TJ, Rangers, Danny, and Kellogg. Well, Kellogg was starting on the medium tyres. So is he going to go to the hards? Let's have a quick look for the tyres. Now, he's gone for medium. Let's have a quick look. What's he gone for? Where's he gone?
Medium again.
Yeah. He hasn't changed yet. He's on 9 laps on the mediums.
Did he have drive-through? Drive-through, that's what that was.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
After
was very early stop. if that was the case.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Now, hang on. Going back to the front. Now, Nightshot has had a big moment. He's lost 1.2 seconds. Man for Wasp now in DRS range of the Banshee.
Wow. I wonder what's happened here then.
May have gone wide. Has the Banshee got any damage? Doesn't quickly look like it from the camera, wide-angle camera shots. Oh, this is getting tense. I can't cope with this. It's
very close.
I don't know how you guys feel watching. Please leave us comments, get involved, show us who you're supporting.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I think Bakeroid for a
he's
debut
gone.
race.
Shadow's gone for the pits. He's gone early.
Maybe his tyres were really going then.
Yeah, this is going to put him around Johnny Smooth, Fat and Furious, I would imagine, or maybe even with his teammate.
He needs to get out in front of his teammate. That's what he needs, because he's the next one on track he's battling with.
Yep, Gibbon's pitted as well. Where's Fat and Furious? Mr. Vin Diesel's coming across the last corner, and Night Shadow is leaving the pit lane, so comes out quite well. He's come out in 5th, so that's not bad at all. He can take those tyres all the way to the end, bar any potential more safety cars.
Don't say that out loud.
Yes.
Honestly, though, I think Bakeroid for a debut race, very quiet there in P2, but a very solid first try from him with no penalties as well.
He's up 14 places from his original grid slot as well, so really taking advantage of other people's incidents, drive-through penalties, etc. and battles. So now, Dion's got another penalty going his way. Rob Smith's getting past Vin Diesel.
I've just realised, for some reason it took me this long to realise that Fat and Furious is Vin Diesel. So now...
Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel. You ever seen the meme between films where Vin Diesel puts on weight?
Yeah, I have seen it. Now I think about it, I have. I'm just slow today.
It's the midweek hump.
Yeah, midweek hump, Wednesday, 4 times on comms. Ooh, sleep.
Exactly. 3 times for me, and it's been as Baker man comes into the pits with E17 as well. So let's have a look. Where's Night Shadow? He is there. Gets quite a good lead. Gets
back.
Got
for mediums again, Bakeroid.
Are they thinking as Dave's left the session? Oh, he unfortunately did retire early on. That's a bit of a shame for Dave. Hopefully we'll see him back next season, I'm sure, in Tier 4. As Martin alluded to quite a few times in Tier 3. It was great to have him with me on commentary, and he said, there are a lot of seats coming available next season, both in Tier 3 and Tier 4. So these drivers who are keen and ready to race, wanting to be involved, they are going to be getting... Z17 gets a penalty to go on top of his woes of the drive-through. That's so unlucky. He now gets the DRS past Johnny Smooth. But yeah, those ones who are keen, who are raring to race, who show up every week, or who at least minimum, as is now a mandatory requirement, to check in, even if they are not racing, are not able to make it, but to check in every week, they are the ones who will get priority over those who just check in when they kind of feel like it. Every now and again. Now that we have a spinner. Who is that further back? That is the Rangers FC. Has he got wing damage? Not too sure. We can't see from here where he goes. He doesn't have wing damage going away. Those tyres are lit. But he managed to keep it out of the wall for the most part, so no safety cars. Mindful Wasp now pits. So we've got back Mizo in, who will possibly take over. He does. He butts pits as well. So there we are. The leader back again is Mr. Banshee. He is going as a yellow flag.
A very big lead.
He will have a decent lead because, Mindful's just coming out the pits now. Now, that gap was... It was less than that. It was... like 10-7 tenths, So he's got 3.5 seconds, so that shows the undercut and how powerful it was.
Yeah.
But Mindful Wasp is going to be on fresher tyres towards the end. But we're going to go back to some of the battles further down. Look, there's Paulo Costa, Rob Smith, TJ... all battling in the outer reaches of the top 10. Bammo gets a 3-second penalty. This is a bit unlucky for him. He's now in the pits. So is Donny Osmond as well for his second stop. Have a look who's had more stops here. Second stop for him. A couple of drivers yet to stop. Johnny Smooth, Paulo Costa and Kellogg's yet to stop. Kellogg had served a drive-through penalty. Necromancer as well, currently in 19th. So current tyres, let's have a look. So Paulo Costa, of course, he's on the hard compound tyres. Going really, really well for him. Only just over a second off back Mizo, who's just getting his tyres up to temperature. But look at that, he's also got the DRS to go with it. He is chasing down Johnny Smooth, who is 12 laps on those softs, so they won't be feeling too great at this moment in time. 12 laps for Kellogg and 12 laps on the softs as Necromancer does now pit. So 3 drivers left to pit, but Paulo Costa can go very long in this race.
He can, and I think
he's got Rob Smith having a good battle with TJ as well further back, but that's allowing Paulo Costa to get on the back of us now. Night Shadow putting the hammer down. Pressure, he's got the temperature in those tyres. Paulo Costa had to let he goes past the back Mizo, I should say, under the DRS, but now back Mizo will surely get back past him with the same assist.
You got Rob Smith going for a move on TJ.
Yep, DRS as well.
Before someone.
Yep, red light flashing though. The DRS light is flashing for Rob Smith. Let's have a quick look and see what it's 14%. Hello, Paulo Costa 30. Wow, back Mizo 81%, really saving that, and he's obviously got back past. There's a yellow flag, is now gone green. Let's have a quick look at these guys. So 57% for Johnny Smooth, E17 with 70%. Mary Berry 90, well, they were 100% under braking, so he's not used any of his ERS. So this is a great performance from his first time out for Mary Berry. Mindful 25%, and our current race leader with 47%. So a bit of a variety there. As what's that? Is that a Haas getting out the way? I think it was a left Haas, unfortunately, of Necromancer. That's unlucky for him.
Yeah, I mean, for Gav right now, he doesn't need to burn through his ERS. He can just sort of sit there, control the race. He has that luxury at the moment.
He has that gap, but also don't forget, Mindful has 8 seconds worth of penalties as well. So actually, he's in Gav's mentality. You would have to say he is looking at the gap with Mary Berry, who also has no penalties. But we've seen Gav go a little bit wider. There's another move, Johnny Smooth, and back Mizo gets through Johnny Smooth with those very old soft compound tyres. He dives into the pits. Gets rid of them now. Good lap, so he'll do 13 laps. So he's already pitted once. Now he is going to possibly, I'm not sure what he started on Johnny Smooth. I think he started on the soft, so it'd have to be medium tyres for the Williams man. Kellogg's goes in the pits for his stop now as well. He could get another set. He could go with softs. Yep, Johnny Smooth on the mediums. Kellogg's could do softs quite comfortably. Oh, wing change for Johnny Smooth. Right, that says quite a bit. Didn't see that coming
as well. Kellogg's has got wing as well, so then both of them have obviously been carrying some sort of damage. Wide out the pits, and he's hit the wall, Johnny Smooth.
There he is. Sorry, I missed him.
Yeah, it was right as he came out the pits, he just sort of clipped the wall. It doesn't look like he's got damage, but he just had no grip as he was exiting.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see that. That gap's still 3.5 seconds at the top.
Yeah, Gav is just, I think, controlling that gap now. That's all he has to do.
So let's have a look. So rounding up in here, Mindful in second. That would put... Oh, I'm trying to do maths and I don't like maths.
This is what I'm scared for on Friday.
I think Mindful will be currently being in second place. It depends. Well, it's a long way to go. Mindful on a charge. Gap's still about, I may just gone quicker, so I think Gav is just managing that pace as you mentioned earlier. Let's have a look. We've got TJ Goodyear. This battle's still going on. There we go. Paulo Costa make the move under the eyes on back Mizo. He's waited this time round and used it, but now look at the Williams. TJ Goodyear's going to have a look and go to Mizo. He's really operated himself. Sorry, we missed that one completely. My fault, guys. Really apologise. I flicked the next drive and it went too far down, so he missed that. My apologies. Outbraved himself and then he's back where he started, but now under pressure from Rob Smith now. Apologies for that. That was completely my fault. Completely missed it.
That is, I think, maybe the luckiest escape we've had in MRC from a huge crash.
Yeah, that could have really been poor. Now the gap at the front now down to 3 seconds now. So 7/10 has been taken out for Mindful Wasp on Night Shadow. It could just be, like you said, looking after the tyres just trying to manage it. Look at the gap. He's got 9 laps left to go.
He just needs to avoid those penalties.
He does.
If he can do that, he's cruising here at the moment, I'd say. So,
yeah, Baker, they're pulling away from Mary Berry, who's quite comfortably 5 seconds ahead of E17. 7.5 seconds to Paolo Costa, and this battle with TJ and Batmizo. Paolo Costa, of course, still has to pit, but that'll put him out. Ooh, look at the gaps, potentially around just behind Donny Osman and Johnny Bravo. I would say be around that, but he will be very quick towards the end. And it's just really see when he decides to pit. But look, yeah, see when he decides to go.
Yeah, because he's been keeping it, he's been mixing it with Batmizo the whole time.
He has. He's shown fantastic pace.
Yeah.
And now here we go. Carbon copy, different car in the lead. Different car is not going to have the DRS. Let's have a look. Is it good? Is it going to be double overtaken? Did he get his braking point right? He does this time round. Paolo Costa loses 2 places under the DRS. Very, very powerful down that main straight.
Yeah, it is. It's proving to be very, very powerful. But it also, you know, people aren't going for the move into the final corner because they know that they've got that back straight as their banker for the next lap. So.
Yeah, we saw it a lot last night. Oh, it's TJ. Oh, wow, he hits the wall on the inside. Paolo Costa, no, he's got a 3-second penalty. Oh, to compound, he was having such a good race. That is a big, big shame. There's a yellow in Sector 1.
That is Bam Bam, I believe.
And there's a virtual safety car has come out. Where are the leaders? But they have already pitted, of course, so... Let's have a look. Was that Bam Bam? It looks like it wasn't Bam Bam. It was a white car. I think, was it Mr. Vin Diesel? Yes, he got damaged. I can't see the foot. He's got a wing. Necromancer, no wing, unfortunately, in that Hasmobile. Yeah. Unfortunately, Necromancer, he's had some good results this season, but unfortunately, 1-2 forget for him tonight.
Rangers FC as well.
Oh, dear, we've gone green, DRS back enabled. But look at the gap and out at the front, looking after the gap, making sure he didn't get a drive-through, was Nightshot, and that gap now only 1.3 seconds. Whoa. Oh, he goes a little bit deep through there as well, trying to keep it on the black stuff inside the white lines. And I didn't notice this before, but you're right. Martin mentioned it. There are a few, like that one there, and then the opposite is the next corner, where you have a white line on the inside of the curve, and then one on the outside as well. It's look at this mindful. Wasp has got through under DRS.
Whoa, where's he come from?
Wow.
Did Gav really lose that much time in the first sector?
Yeah, that's very strange. We were on board, just had the on-board footage of it, and he looked very steady through it, but Mindful was absolutely on the attack.
On the restart, that went from 2.1 to 1.4, and then even Mindful had the best first sector of his life. Or Gab must have done something wrong that I didn't pick up on.
Yeah, but if we look at the telemetry, 46%, 14 for Mindful Wasp.
Yeah.
And then we've got Luke Shard ahead. But there he is, trying to use it, trying to keep ahead with the DRS now. Is Gav going to be smart? Is he going to stay behind? But with the back marker ahead, he's actually got DRS as well. Now, DRS, did he get it this time on? But look at the move that I'll start that again. Look at the traction that Banshee got. He's got a lot more ERS. He's managed to deploy a little bit. Mindful Wasp, none of that. Just kind of couldn't do anything about it. But this battle, I feel, folks, is going to be on until the end of the race. They have dropped Baker, Berry, the Baker man. He is down to 6.9 behind. However, due to bouncy, if he can keep going, keep that gap, he is going to be well within a shout of a second place. But if not, then a podium at least on his debut, which would be a fantastic result.
Yeah, but I'll say this now: whatever Gab has coming out of that last corner, I want some of it.
It's unbelievable traction.
Traction is ridiculous coming out of there.
And we've missed. Paulo Costa has now made his stop. He's currently in 9th position, and is on the soft tyres. Gibbon as well is making his stop as well to the softs. So it's going to be interesting to see what they are like on a charge. 5 laps for Donny Osmond, and now Paulo Costa is going to be an absolute flyer in that. He is going to be full send. Got a gap to Rob Smith, but it's a big gap to catch up. Rob Smith made his stop. He's 11.5 off the little battle up with back Mizo and
He's
TJ
gained
Goodyear.
nearly a second though in a lap.
He
Rob
has.
there.
Yeah.
So he could do this still.
But he's looking at, he's going down the outside. Oh, of the hairpin. Thought better of it this time round. He's going to wait until the DRS, which is after this little sequence. I do believe. No, sorry. Apologies. It's not.
It is. Yeah, it's not just yet. It's last sector, so it'll be after the sequence. Next sequence here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But look at this. He's got the traction. He's going alongside. Oh, Donny went a little bit defensive. Now, are we going to see a pass on the DRS this time on? We're looking at the gap as well at the front. That's half a second coming out of the last corner. They are going to be pushing. That looks like a DRS pass is inevitable to happen. Mindful's backed out of it. Going into turn 1 by the look of it. He wasn't close enough, but look at this. Donny Osmond has Paulo Costa, the Portuguese flying machine, gets past very early under the DRS pass, and he is going to be now hunting down the other Alpine of Rob Smith. But then the gap up front is still around half a second, 6/10 of a second. But don't forget, Night Shadow laps 2 lap older tyres. Doesn't have to win it on track, of course. He wants to do it. He showed good pace yesterday in practice. I know he has been practicing, and I'm sure, correct me if I'm wrong, his wheel is and setup is away and he's back on controller now.
Yeah, he is on controller tonight, and that's why this is even more impressive from him.
It is.
He's made that transition and you wouldn't even know.
Exactly that.
So,
exactly. Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to do, trust me. So.
It is. I had to do a qualifying lap at Imola during our charity race on controller, and I was about 3 seconds slower.
Yeah,
and I would have been and got knocked out.
A lot.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. Yeah, that
it's
wasn't.
Also harder to do like gear syncs and stuff like that on the controller. It's much harder because it's not just a paddle on the back. It's you got to move your hand to the button, you got to press and keep doing it, and plus everything else becomes a lot harder.
Yeah, you do. You're right with that one. Paulo Costa's dropped Donny Osman quite considerably already, 2.3 that gap, but the next closest battle we've got a few. Kellogg is on the back of Kieran. Marvel was looking to make the move.
No,
looks like he's backed out again.
Yeah.
Is that going into turn 1 again?
No, that was into the banking end of the first sector.
It was.
But Mindful is harrying him.
Oh no, he got another 3-second penalty. We saw him take a tight line. Oh, that's going to be music to the Banshee's ears.
And
I'm sure he'll be having a little Banshee moment on his well, he's on his controller, I was going to say, in his cockpit, but he's not. Yeah, he's going to be thanking his lucky stars, and Mindful will be kicking himself and all the more desperate to get past and try to use whatever's life is left in those tyres. Are we going to see another grandstand finish to this Tier 4 race? We've seen one in Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier 3 as well earlier on. But look at the traction that he gets. Oh, a little bit deep, nearly close to the wall, but you would have to say potentially this time he gets it done. A lot of 3-second penalties now falling. Only 3, 4, 5 drivers actually with that one, but no, Mindful, he doesn't seem to do it. Is he going to have a look in the braking? He's not. Oh, there's contact! He hit the back of the Alpine and pushes. That compromised on the exit. It compromised Shadow there.
Yeah, quite badly, and I'd be surprised if there wasn't. I'm guessing there isn't damage, but
no,
sometimes you get the non-visible damage, don't you? But
yeah, very true. You do. It's it's not an end plate. It's part of the veins on the wing, part of the elements that could be damaged. But I think Mindful, I'm going to have to say, Mindful did the right thing there, and he didn't try to pass. I think he did just stay back a little bit. And
yeah, 100%.
So yes, outbid himself, hit the back of the Alpine, of the Haggis Mobile, but
he didn't use that as a way to get past. He wanted
no, he
to
didn't.
do it.
Oh, he's gone a different line, Rob. Why do I keep calling him Rob? But Gav's gone really wide through there, really compromised himself, and that's just allowed Mindful to get through. But let's have a quick look back at the penalty. 11 seconds is the penalty.
He's losing. No, he's not quite losing the podium, so he'll
be on the podium.
Minimum.
He is still going to be on the podium. That will still cement his. Well, yeah, it'll still cement his third spot
place
in the championship for Mindful. So you'd probably say he will be going up next season. But it's played safe cars. Bakmizo is currently in the points, currently in second, but he is 47 points further back from Melvin, who isn't racing tonight and is, of course, our T4 champion.
He is, and he's been the class of the field this season, but there's been a lot of drivers who have improved considerably throughout this season. So
They have. Yeah, absolutely.
See.
It is fantastic. So nice shot got back ahead. Oh, that was close. They're almost side by side through sector one. The camera cut across right at the, well, probably say the right time and the wrong time. That whoa, there's big movement from Night Shadow. Did he clip a wall as he got damage to his wing?
No damage though, I don't
No damage.
think, but he definitely clipped the wall. I saw that.
He got very squirrely. We've seen that a few times from Gav coming out of that last part of the first sector. Oh, this is a little bit tense.
I don't know if it's a setup problem for him in the first sector or not, but
I think he's using quite a low rear wing, so it could be to do with that.
Yeah, it could be, but he's definitely not fully confident. When his tyre wear seems to get low, he struggles, obviously, like anyone does, but he seems to suffer more than anyone else, by the looks of it.
Just over 2 laps left of this one to finish off the MRC Championship Season 6. We'll be back with Season 7, of course, in 2 weeks' time under the lights in the desert of Bahrain. But until then, we've still got 2 more racing laps as Mindful Wasp outside, crucially, of the DRS zone from Mr. Night Shadow. Lapped a few drivers now, so...
With Paolo right there as well, you've got a freeway scrap here for P6 currently.
Yeah, we said they were going to be quick on those soft tyres and Paolo was going to be on a charge. He certainly is. Backmazer, that is actually for position with Backmazer because of penalties. Will Smith, no penalties so far. We have them up on the left-hand side of the screen. TJ is going to be a bit of a loser in this one. He could lose 3 positions. Well, potentially, as it stands, he's just about 6 seconds ahead of there. Backmazer gets it done. Sorry, Rob Smith gets it through as well.
To scrap a little bit.
He does. Paulo Costa nearly had a go, and I think there's a little bit of contact there as well. Just the grip that the McLaren has over the Red Bull. Not often you hear that, but look at that, Rob Smith disappearing off into the distance already with the very grippy soft tyres. You wouldn't be surprised if Paulo Costa tries it through sector 1, has the grip around the outside, and look, he's doing it already and makes the move. That's some grip and some, well, that's some cojones from our Portuguese man.
Well.
It is
good awareness from Backmazer.
It was very much so. I think maybe apart from the back marker, but look, this Night Shadow, Mr. Gav has backed off a little bit now, 2.2 seconds a gap, but that penalty 11 seconds. I think 5 of it, well, it was 5. I think that was a contact under the safety car, of course, wasn't it, with Gav, but then 6 seconds of his own doing so. Technically, even if an appeal was to be made and if one of the penalties would be taken off, Gav needs to stick with under 6 seconds as we start the final lap, the last lap of TF4.
Wow.
And are we going to see another winner in TF4? We have seen Gav win once already this season. Yeah. He's going to make it a second time.
It's a great recovery from Mindful, considering he also did spin with contact with Gav. So
he did, of course. Yes, he did. Yes, true, in the early stages.
Road is at least an achievement for him.
It is, very much so. Special mention to Mary Berry. He's up 13 places as well from his qualifying position. It's a fantastic race. Paolo with the alternate strategy up 12 spots as well. A lot of drivers dropping a few positions, but Rob Smith up 5, Mindful up 4. Night Shadow started on the second row of the grid, and he is currently in second place as it stands. Closest gap on the field. This could end up with a bit of DRS at the end. We're going to watch a little bit of it, then we're going to cut back to the leaders because I keep seeming to miss people across the line. Paulo Costa is going to have DRS twice on Rob Smith. There is a penalties to come with that, of course. There is 3 seconds.
Hit the wall on exit. It looked very close.
But we're going to go to the final corner. Mindful Wasp. He's had a, well, let's say a very eventful race, but he will cross the line and take the checkered flag in the Mercedes. But the winner after penalties is going to be our own Mr. Banshee. He takes the win. Special mention again in third for Mary Berry, who takes second on the road. E17 will be next to cross the line. He's had starting pole didn't all go according to plan. Unfortunately for him, finishes off the... Yeah, he did. And TJ is going to be in 5th. Paolo did get Rob Smith in the end. He actually got past. But now we're going to have TJ cross the line. Paolo Costa's going to be next to cross the line. Takes over TJ. Rob Smith again on penalties. Takes that 5th spot. Paolo in 6th. TJ back Miso. Unfortunate for him. He finishes 8th but cements 2nd in the championship. Donny Osmond takes 9th in his Tier 4 debut, and he takes points, so we're pleased with that one. Good for him, really pleased for him on that one. Gibbon takes the final, Will Costellan take the final point for that one. Geki Matthew in the Red Bull, unfortunately outside of the point. Still a good race from him, 3 seconds worth of penalties, not too bad. Lap drivers are Bam Bam, Rangers FC, Luke Shard. Unfortunate race for him and Necromancer, so there we are. Geki Matthews across the line. Johnny Smooth, Johnny Barber takes 12th. Kellogg's 18 seconds worth of penalties. That's going to drop him down the order. But Fat and Furious and Notorious Gaming are having a little bit of a battle coming into the last corner. This is actually 4 positions that both have the same amount of penalties. There's actually damage further down there. Not sure where that's coming from, but it's a drag race to the line. Oh, I think Ewan just got there.
Yeah, just.
Oh, he just got there. Well, we haven't had a drag race for at least a race. So there was bound to be one somewhere. And there we are. And Mary Berry takes the game's driver of the day. And can't you say rightly so. Backmeza apparently, Backmeza had wing damage since lap 19, so he was nursing the car a little bit, so he did really well to do what he did. But there's the winner. It is the it is the Braveheart Banshee takes the win after penalties. What a fantastic battle we had with Mindful Wasp. Baker Roy, he takes 2nd place, the Welshman. Really good race from him. As we mentioned.
All I'm going to say, Mark, is it's a bit hot in Jeddah.
It's a little bit toasty under the collar. He is. We are joined, of course, by the man who has just won the final of the MRC season, Mr. Jenkins, Mr. Banshee. Well done. Great race. Great battle with Mindful for, well, we'd have to say about 24 to 25 laps.
Yeah, I'll let you do the results, unless you've already done them, and then I'll chat. I'm still a little bit wow. That was intense with both. But I'll be honest, with both Mindful and Mary Berry. Mindful and me had a good little scrap. He was great in Sector 1. I seem to have the edge in 2 and 3.
You have an insane exit on the final corner. Every lap.
Good traction, but no, it was good. We were playing games with each other at certain points, so I've enjoyed that. We did it in China, I think, 2 weeks ago as well. So yeah,
great race, and again we've had 4 amazing races. For people who weren't really excited to come to Jeddah, it has now thrown up some exciting racing, drag racing to the line, DRS overtakes, different strategies as well. It's been a good one, hasn't it, this week? And we've still got MRCX to come.
It has, and I think we've seen much better racing than we could have expected in general here at Jeddah. I thought we were going to have a lot of problems, but there hasn't been.
So for the most part, it has been very clean. There are a few little touches. Of course, we saw Mindful have outbreak himself a little bit with yourself, Gav, into the last corner.
Yeah.
And a few little taps as well.
Yeah, Mary Berry was unfortunate because as soon as the safety car came out, it was that chicane at the end of Sector 1, and I seen it as I was coming through, backed off, and it's just the usual, it's the closing distance when you're going at 150 mile an hour, and it was unfortunate for him, so yeah.
It was. It was, you're right with that, but no, we've seen another absolutely incredible race this evening. Managed to not go as high pitched as it did in Tier 1 and Tier 3. So, relatively calm, I would say, in comparison, but still fantastic racing. Well done to yourself, Mr. Banshee. Congratulations on the win, and obviously the constructors, way to cement their constructors.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely superb. Good end to the season. Who knows where I'll be next season? I might. Who knows, actually? I might be possibly in Tier 3. Who knows? All I'm going to say is, Carl Edens, I'm coming to get you.
Yeah, if he can get promoted to Tier 2, he could be a Tier 2 driver.
Well, exactly. This is it. But yeah, superb, and as I said, Mindful, and obviously a couple others as well who had great races throughout. So superb racing, but it was intense and sweaty And you know what? For the last 5 laps, I was just so focused on staying within the white lines, getting the braking points. I wasn't really bothered at speed at that point. I thought, I've got 11 seconds on Mindful.
Yeah.
If I can just keep it clean, then we're all good. And I had a couple of moments where the rear stepped out, and at that point I'm going, there's no point trying to catch him. So, yeah.
No, good strategy,
Wow.
good call. And, congratulations to all the Tier 4 drivers this season, to all the reserves. 1 for the new guys, welcome. 2, congratulations on very good race as well for all of you tonight, and look forward to seeing you hopefully with some permanent seats next season. We will all see we will see all of you in a couple of weeks' time. Hopefully you will tune in Friday, 7:15. It will be, of course, Mr. Acaster will be on commentary. Who are you with? I know Mr. Banshee, you'll be driving in my absence, because I'll be focusing on trying to beat Mr. Blowhole Belly.
I believe that I'm going to be joined by the other half of the T-Side twosome and Mr. MRCX himself, Scott. So,
fantastic.
With a few interviews, maybe with the championship contenders as well beforehand, so don't miss it, because it's going to be intense, that's for sure.
Yeah, the stream will be starting early before the race, folks, so do tune in, do keep your eyes, like we've mentioned before, do like, do subscribe, click the bell, and you will get notifications of when we go live. So do that, and we will look forward to seeing you on Friday, and then 2 weeks' time we'll be back for the opener of Season 7. New teams, new drivers, new leagues, everyone will be up and down through the tiers, so that'll be a great one to watch. Of course, there will be a team draw beforehand, so again, please tune in to that. Thank you again, thank you Connor for a fantastic season and joining me in the commentary box. Appreciate it, been brilliant.
Thank you for having me, as always, and Tier 4, by the way, I'm coming for you next season.
You're
love the fighting talk. It's T4's only just finished 5 minutes ago, and we're already geared up for exciting action already next season.
I'm raring to go. Let's go. Start
Love
now.
it. Love
Let's
it.
do it.
Thank you as well, Gav. Thank you.
Yep,
Always
no
a pleasure.
worries.
Thank you for joining us.
We'll be back.
Thank you everybody for watching. We look forward to seeing you on Friday night. You take care, and we'll see you then.
See ya.